Okay, what's up, guys? I'm here with my client, Darcy Coss. He ran a back pain solution challenge. And with the campaign that we ran, he was able to book 15 calls. He was able to have over 300 people opt in with an intake form, and 32 leads actually said that they were interested in coaching. The point of the campaign wasn't necessarily to try to get as many clients as possible, rather to see how many people are going to raise their hands and get new people into his stratosphere. So, Darcy, I know you, by the stats, we were able to acquire leads for around $2.50. Can you talk a little bit about how smooth the campaign went and the overall enthusiasm from the people who were participating in the challenge?
Yeah, man. No, it was really good. So, I mean, for me, it was the first time I did the challenge. And so a lot of trial and error, obviously, on the back end on my part. But, the stuff that we did on the front end and the ads section was really nice because the lead cost was low, wasn't high. And then the people that came into my network were active people, right? Like tons of people responding, people filling out the application, which was really big. And for me, because I have a CRM, like a lot of times I'm just trying to get people into that. And this challenge was very effective for that, right? Like, you're offering free value, which was big. People put their hands up for that. They give me their contact info, phone number, email. I'm able to reach out and text these people, follow up with them, and add them, more importantly, to future campaigns. And so, uh, like you said, this wasn't necessarily there was no real like hard sell. It was more so like, how can I help people? And I did the challenge for 4 days. I'll likely be doing a shorter one in the future, but the people were super engaged. I had some people like, did the calls with people and it was cool because on the call, the people were like, "Oh, I'm doing that thing you said to do, like with with this and the way I'm sleeping and all this. It's been helpful." And like people messaging and stuff like that. So, I was really, really excited. It was like a very, very successful first campaign for me.
Yeah, because I know and let me know how this works for you. How long does it usually take to acquire a client from when they first see you to when they actually become a client?
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't know what the industry standard is. For me, it really varies. But I think because I don't have any hard stats on that,
Mhm.
but it's interesting because I'll do it like, for example, this free challenge or campaign I did like in April, and people will like partake in like multiple promotions and multiple challenges. Like they'll do all sorts of stuff, and then it's like on the third one, they finally like put it this way: I have lists like it's someone's chat box window. It's just like I'm sending them stuff. There's never a reply. And I'm asking nothing. Like they're, hey, you've signed up for this. Hey, here are 5 things. Hey, hey, hey. And then all of a sudden there's a call to action like way later and they respond to the call to action.
Mhm.
And then you book a call with them. All right. And
Yep.
so I don't have that firm number with it, but like getting people into the ecosystem, getting them on my emailing list, getting them into there, that's huge because again, now it's like, the whole buy now or buy later. People are going to buy from you now or they're going to buy from you later. Or they're not, or so they're going to buy from someone else, right? But they're going to take action at some point, if they still need it. So I've seen a lot of that kind of recurring theme, and this is really why this challenge is great because I was able to have an influx of people, and offer them value on like the invite. Hey, look at this! I'm doing something for you. So the first contact with me is like this awesome thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And from what I've seen, the amount of people opting in, the ratio you have of people who said they're interested in coaching to the amount of people who opted in, it's about 10%, which is pretty solid. What was your kind of take on the people who said they were interested in coaching? Do they seem like they could be a good fit for your program? Maybe if not now, later?
Yeah, so I mean, from that, we did the calls. I think if I'm remember correctly, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but probably 10% or 40% of those I took the strategy calls, I think. I'm not
Mhm.
even sure.
Yeah. So
And so
32 said they were interested in coaching
yeah,
and 15 booked calls.
yeah, 15 book calls, yeah, exactly. But then those are mainly discovery calls, I believe. And then like out of those, there's like a strategy call separate to that. Point
Yeah.
being is like they were all like really good leads. And so in the sense that they fit part of my ideal client avatar, meaning they have back problems, right? Which is one part of it. But again, there is right now because I think I could see there's 3 or 4 people in there. One person will likely become a client in October. I've done a few calls with them, and there's a few other ones that I've done like a few follow-ups. And so we're just working out some logistics. So, again, I can't say for sure because of all those people, but the ones I did calls with, it was probably like half of them were good leads, and then the other half, I can't really say because you know how this works with this stuff. It's like there is the financial element of it, right? Like if everyone could afford it, like obviously a lot more people would be good leads.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And we'd all be rich.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So,
So
yeah.
yeah, it was just a brief campaign, so this interview doesn't need to be much longer. But the experience of working with me, how did you find it? What would you say if somebody was interested in working with me and they were talking to you about the experience? How do you value the expertise?
Yeah, so, I've told you this many times before, like your copywriting is like is just good, man. Like I don't know how else to say it. And so I really appreciated when you got all the information. You're very like, hey, look, I just what I need to understand you and get your voice. You asked for like things that I've done in the past, and then you put something together that was like everything I wanted with regard to like how you would talk and how you would like frame it. But then it included all the important elements of value stacking and stuff like that, the things that are important. So not only do you hit on like, okay, I need to talk to this person, hit on these points, which you extracted from, and then you really just put it together in just a super concise way. And like the posts, the caption, and the copy just looks so clean and nice. So that right off the top, just the quality of work was very high. And then just working with you is easy. I mean, you said, hey, this is what I need. You got the drafts to me right away. When I had changes, it was like super quick. I was like, hey, what about this? What about this? We got on a call and like on the call, we just edit it and then you're like, okay, good, done. So very, very simple process, very hands off. But then when I put my hands on it, you were very like receptive to it. It wasn't like, fuck you, man. Like you better take this and just take it as it is. You're like, oh no, no, like, yeah, okay, you're very open to that. So I really appreciated. Um but yeah, I think those are like the two things, obviously the quality of work, but then you did it without me asking. I didn't have to participate until I wanted to. And then when I did, you weren't like, hey, like I'm the expert, shut up. You were like, hey, like what is it that you want to look at? And then we talked about it.
Mhm.
And then you advised me and you like said, hey, it wasn't like you just listened to me and then let me like muddle up the good work you did. You just said, hey, like what's your actual concern and like how can we fix it? And this is what I suggest. So I like that.
Awesome. If you had to recommend anybody who's interested in working with me, what would you tell them?
I would tell them exactly that. I would say if you want someone who's going to write awesome copy, that's going to stand out in a way that's like it's very like personal, but because you have the background with your comedy, even when you're serious, there's a level of like how do I don't think I have the requisite skills to actually describe the tone and voice that you develop. But in any case, if you want something that is going to stand out slightly, it's going to be slightly different just because of like one little line or something very, very minute, then like that's what I would recommend to you. Like if they're really looking for something that's like they cannot break through or something just isn't working, like the types of copies and the hooks that you put together will help get that attention. And so people who are looking for that type of stuff, I would say is super important just because there's something about the way that your mind works that you're able to like take things. Must be your comedic background and all that stuff. But so that's one part of it. And then the other part, like I said, is just like you're an easygoing guy. Like you're not when you work with people, you're pretty flexible with regards to saying, okay, like what can we do here? Like what's the problem? And like, okay, like I'm gonna fix it. Like you're someone who wants to fix things and make them right, which is important. And then I think, like I said, you're also someone who's not very like combative in a sense that like if the person's coming with good intentions and they just want to have a discussion about like how can we make this even better, you're going to be really open to that and listen and then like apply that knowledge. So that's what I would tell them. It's like it's going to be a good process on those two fronts.
Awesome. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Darcy, I appreciate it, man. I can't wait to see how your business develops, and if we can do things continuing in the future, that'd be really exciting. And I appreciate your time, dude.
Yeah, man. Love
Okay,
it.
sweet. Peace.
Sweet.